Good morning, traders. I'm going to try and explain this to you. I'm pretty new at video recording, so you'll just have to bear with me a little. Okay, let's start. The whole idea of this is to avoid confusion and to avoid stop outs, to avoid taking the wrong trades, and ultimately to avoid losses. Since I've adopted this system a couple of years ago and gone to the daily chart. Now you can do this on smaller charts, but it's trickier. It can be done, but you've got to be very careful. Whereas on the daily chart, nothing much can go wrong. So consequently my losses, well, they're certainly up around the 95%. Not losses, that's wins. So hardly ever a loss these days, and it's only because I've tried to take a shortcut. So do not take shortcuts. The shortcut will bite you on the ass. So let's get started. You'll wonder how I got these lines to be where they are, because they're certainly not like any trend lines that you would normally see. So for a starter, let's get rid of this one out of the way. We'll start here. As you can see, price came down and went through this red line, and we triggered a long trade here. Price came up and started coming back down again. Now, as soon as this wave here was formed, I drew this red line. Now, not like as you see it there. I anchored it here, so there's your hinge. That end never moves. As soon as this wave was formed here, it's not much of a wave, but it is a wave, I drew this line through it. Price came up, price came down, failed to keep going, went back up again. So you do not take the trade here, because this red line is cutting through the candle. Once it went away again, I moved this line to the bottom of this candle, or wave, carried it through, and you'll see now that price went up, came back down again, and here's your first small wave back up again. So we bring the line now to that wave. Price came up, came down, failed, went back up again. Now we move the line to this wave. Safety, that's what it's all about. Price came back down again, came back through the line but didn't carry up, so we leave this alone. Price came down, and here's your entry, somewhere on this candle. Now, if we draw our lines correctly, we can take this trade all the way through to here without getting stopped out, without taking extra trades. And the way to do that is, instead of putting the line there and taking a trade here and another trade here and have confusion here, what we do is we take this line across to the left, find somewhere to anchor it, and the best place is the last wave. Anchor it over here. The idea is to have a line on this type of angle, not this angle. The steeper that you have the line, the more you're prone to accidents, which will lead to losses. So you'll take false breakouts. So what happened here is we anchored it over here instead of here. Price came down, all the way down to here, and we've got a small wave here. We can now grab hold of this line, leave it there, grab hold of it here, bring it through onto this top of this wave. Price came down, back up through, failed to break away. As soon as it came up here and failed to get another candle above this candle, It came back down again. You then get hold of the line and take it to the top. Price came down, price went back up again, hit your line. Doesn't matter if it had come through a bit. If it had come through a bit, you would have moved it up to the top of it. There's your line. Price came away, created another wave, went away again, so now we move our line to the top of that wave. Price came down, price came up, we now move the line to the top of that wave. It's not much, but it's a wee bit. Price came down, price came up, failed to break away, came back down again, move the line. And there we go. We're now in a long trade. We have gone from an entry here on this candle all the way to here without breaking, without having to stop, without getting stopped out. No confusion. So now we're in this trade here. Once again, don't pin this line here. Come across to get a better angle. Here's your first wave. Not much of a wave, but it is a wave. Bring the candle, bring the line to the bottom of the candle. Price goes up, price comes down, move the line. Price goes away, and now this is where we are today. Price has come back down again. We can now move that line. What we're waiting for now is either price is going to keep going, which means we stay in the trade, or it's going to come through here, break away, and we get a retracement. How big that retracement will be, who knows. Now, you're looking at this at the moment, and you're thinking, where do I put the line if it starts? Well, it's not until you get a wave. This comes down and then creates a wave, then you've got something to pin this line to. If this line is too steep, just anchor it in space. Come across. You don't want this line to be any more steeper than, to start off with, any steeper than that. You don't want anything like this. You want it to be something like that. So just anchor it over there. You can even anchor it over here if you wanted to. I mean, there's no reason why you can't anchor it over there. Put it there. Once again, if this price, if you're not in this trade already and you want to get into it, and if price breaks away to the north, all it has to do is break through that line and confirm, and away you go. If it keeps on coming down, creates a wave, say to there, then you can bring the line to the top of that wave. And then as the waves create, you just bring them down and down and down. That's all there is to it, folks. It's as simple as ABC. The idea is to trade safe. So if you've got any more questions, just let me know.